Hi, how are you? So my name is Manel. I'm the account manager at Transoft for the traffic safety unit. And we're here at TRB day 3. It's been quite busy, but we want to give also the chance for you folks that haven't attended TRB, the experience on how Transoft is involved in the traffic safety sector. And we also want to make kind of an overview on what we do, to refresh some of you and perhaps introduce people that don't know what Transoft does. We'll also be putting a link below to a case study on the city of Valley View and how we help them with their Vision Zero program. And my contact information will also be there. So let's get started. Transoft, just a quick overview on the company. We've been in business for around 30 years. Well-established company in the sector, and we have 3 divisions. We have the Civil and Transportation division, with AutoTurn is our foundation, a design tool. We have aviation, so we operate in the airside and airspace management sector, and then transportation safety, which is what we are really talking about today. We are present in Americas, Europe, and Asia, so we're a well-established company. So we want to talk about transportation safety because we think this is a hot topic this year. We see a lot of cities and agencies moving from a reactive approach to a more proactive approach. Also the context of Vision Zero, safe systems, and also different grants, safe streets for all and safe schools. So we want to make sure we participate and provide value to all those engineers that are looking for ways to provide value to your clients and also agencies to see how we can integrate and help them in pursuing the zero fatalities goal. So these are some of the challenges that we come across with our conversations. For example, how to manage those citizen safety concerns. So those conversations, people, they go across the street and see a pedestrian almost run over by a car. So they report that, and how can you respond to that? Well, we can address that. Prioritize safety hotspots. You need to make sure that you have in control of where the risky locations are in your city, so you're able to tackle them once you have really understood what behaviors are happening and where risky interactions are happening. That leads me also to justifying design and funding. So how can you get funding and justify a project if you don't really know what's going on there? So making sure that you understand all the conflicts, interactions happening, it will help you really move forward your plans. Communicate with stakeholders. We see a lot of companies getting involved with communities. Also, public agencies have to interact with non-technical people. So you need a way to communicate what you're doing, make your decision-making process more transparent, so we can also help with that. And so when we're talking about proactive safety approach, we can also talk about near misses. So all those situations that don't necessarily result in a crash, but those are risky behaviors. And it might happen that there's a design flaw. There may be any situation, and if we see this is a trend, we might be able to focus there and see what's going on. So for example, let me play this video. Over here, we see this was very close, close to an accident, and this is not registered anywhere because that didn't result in a crash. But again, if we see this becoming a trend in that intersection, we might be looking at a signal timing issue, design. So we need to really address those situations. Also on the right side, we got another example in a highway on a left turn. So we see a very risky maneuver there. We want to make sure this again is not a recurrent trend. Perhaps might be a random event, but we need to address that in some level. So how can we help? How can Transoft participate in your projects? So we can quantify those safety risks in every location. All those near misses, we can quantify those, and we provide a clip for every situation. So you're able to work with the data, but also visually, inspect and see where in which particular place of the location all those interactions are happening. It also leads me to, building your high-risk location map, making sure that what priorities coming across the city. If there are places that are happening more risky situations, so you want to make sure you can address those first. And that leads me to allocating resources. So you have limited budget, limited time, limited people. So you want to make sure you can tackle those that need your attention, right? Validate improvements. So once you have established that you need to address specific issues in a intersection or location, or even across the city, you can participate, make any design changes, whatever that might be, and then you can come back and be able to quantify those results. So you can call that a success. For example, there was a particular project that one of the key metrics for success was reducing velocities of speeds of cars. So making sure we come later on and see in that particular case we were able to reduce 30% the speed of cars. So that was what we call a success in that particular project. So this is how our platform would look like. Again, gives you a high-level view on the city. And once you have investigated, diagnosed specific locations, you can rank them. And so these, will be able to understand where to prioritize and where to dedicate resources more effectively. And this is also a sneak peek on when you enter into a particular location, what data are you getting in. So you're getting traffic data, so all those volumes, movement counts, speeds, but also what's very important here, you're getting all those near misses. So we're able to quantify those and provide along with video clips. This is a very easy to navigate platform, and you can use this again for a communication tool, communicate to non-technical people, all those communities that need to know what you're doing, and so making your decision-making process more transparent, saying, hey, we have detected those challenges in here, and this is what we intend to do. So that's what we're talking about here. And these are some specific examples of the projects that we were involved in that are coming in the pipeline. So if you're participating in corridor studies, safety analysis, project prioritization, safe schools, design improvements, so we would like to talk more and see if we're able to help you. Yeah, thank you so much.